legitimate critiques, but also going down to a behavior which I call doxing, which is, it doesn't matter to me if you do the research or if you use the products of the research that others have been doing. If you go into the past of someone to smear them, to smear their person, you are committing acts of doxing, especially if that person had chosen to go by a pseudonym on the internet.
Username that he used on Steam a long time ago. They were able to track down the account, "The Germans are coming." And apparently they must be coming pretty fucking hard. That I don't believe. Even I own a dildo, vibrating nipple clamps, leather straps, chains, cuffs, corsages, and various other things.
It doesn't matter to me if you do the research or if you use the products of the research that others have been doing. If you go into the past of someone to smear them, to smear their person, you are committing acts of doxing. Moving on to a darker part of this video. Proud is a racist. Proud is a racist. If you go into the past of someone to smear them, to smear their person, you are committing acts of doxing.
In the thread, the most amount of pain you've ever felt. A kick between the legs I got at the age of 17. It ripped my cock open.
Especially if that person had chosen to go by a pseudonym on the internet.
If the information is out there, it's not doxing. And the problem is that, see, everybody's information is out there.
Username that he used on Steam a long time ago. They were able to track down the account, "The Germans are coming."
His failure to act makes him morally culpable.
Here's another thing that we could build. This is controversial. The ability to dox people on demand. And I think we should be able to threaten them. We should be able to say, go ahead, but here's your address, and here's your phone number, and so on, here's your date of birth. We should be able to do that, if we can. Have a central registry of leftist journalists and so on, and say to them, we'll fuck you up. We'll fuck you up.
The thing is that it's using the Gmail IP. I'm trying to ping the actual IP of the owner of this email and send him that with an IP grabber link, which will just redirect him to that anyways afterwards.
We'll fuck you up. We'll fuck you up.
You should not dox anybody under any circumstances.
Here's another thing that we could build. The ability to dox people on demand.
people that choose to debate in opposition of the alt-right, in my experience, because I know several of them personally, it's mostly in the nature of good fun or entertainment. But there has been an even more predictable trend for anybody who decides to stand against the alt-right, whether in a ideological standpoint or just for entertainment purposes on Worski Live or on Bait Delas's channel, and that is they become targeted for all sorts of ridiculous stuff. Now, mass downvoting videos, who cares? Leaving comments, who cares? Calling someone a cuck, who cares? That's not the kind of stuff I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is they all get doxxed. Some of them have pictures of their bodies sent to their parents. People are stalking their families on Facebook and other areas, sending them heinous stuff. And this has happened to at least 5 of the people that I know who have debated the alt-right. What I'm talking about is they all get doxxed. Some of them have pictures of their bodies sent to their parents. People are stalking their families on Facebook and other areas, sending them heinous stuff. And this has happened to at least 5 of the people that I know who have debated the alt-right.
We'll fuck you up.
Now, I've always supported white nationalism, and I'm actually not a very big fan of white nationalism. So I was always okay with white nationalism, and because it's more actually not a very big fan of white nationalism. This is completely personal, and and people, they're going to be attacking me about getting, hacking his account. Well, where do you think I got his password? Somebody who was close enough to him to know his password, right? And yet somebody who hated him enough to give his password away to someone who hated Brain Police, pathologically. That's me. So. I've always supported white nationalism, and I'm actually not a very big fan of white nationalism. So I was always okay with white nationalism.
Consume us all.
And the new scientist is trying to explain to Sandre that he got it wrong.
Well, the more important you get as a science guy, the less you are in the lab actually. Just sit on the computer and plan stuff for other people and look after them so they don't fuck up. So if he means that, he's right.
Now, you guys need to understand, Kraut is currently with Sandre. He's talking to new scientists on his team. One of these scientists being our leaker, the person who brought us these audio recordings.
Theo Byrne, 75, $10. Thanks to the Warskis, Kraut, and Jeff for fighting the stupidity. Also, thank you.
Bringing your orbiting around the girl that you said was ruining my stream. You brought her in here, you white knight, and orbit her like a little bitch.
And you know how I talk to her like a Chad libertarian, not like a fucking communist.
You little French frog, dude. Go back in your corner. Anyway, second, I don't want people saying things like kill niggers, kill Jews. I'm so sorry that I don't want that.
Unless it's a super chat, right?
God damn it, Kraut! You know how much I like you! God damn it, Kraut! You know how much I like you!
In haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds.
Andy, no offense, he said I was doxxed. I was actually doxxed like months ago by Kraut.
In haze, we sleep.
I was actually doxxed like months ago by Kraut.
And we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. And we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. We sit in the sun.
Possibly. I'm trying to find out what the IP of this email is. Your question in reference to Paul Nealon, because I was like keeping up with it, but not too much.
Now, Kraut was really angry, so he was out for blood. Kraut was going to get the respect he once had. He wasn't going to be bullied into submission by a bunch of racists. So he did the unthinkable. Kraut and his team of cult followers began gathering dirt on his detractors, including JF, attempting to make public that he was a failed student at Duke who embraces pedophilia. None of which is true, but Kraut did not care. Kraut was not concerned anymore with the truth, but appearances.
I mean, they're never going to concede, are they?
No, but it's essential to keep appearances, I guess, to a certain extent, because we're not just here to tell the truth. We also have to keep appearances. We have to eventually give this guy a knockout blow to the fucking face.
Each of us dying slowly. The prison of our minds.
We could be sitting here doing this for hours. Like this could be.
No. I say we go for another hour and 15 minutes.
Do you guys know how to speed watch things?
Oh, we can't, because we have to take every single point he makes and respond to it individually.
3 hours. Oh my god, it's 3
and
hours.
it's 4, 5, 3 hour long live streams. That's our main problem with JF. We have to.
Why do you have to do that?
Why do you think does he do it? He knows it's hard to respond.
No. Why do you have to play that game?
Because right now JF is the king of alt-right race realism. He, like, every time I upload a video, they have no arguments. They just whine the same thing until JF uploads a stream.
Okay.
It's like.
But I mean, they're not being intellectually honest about the whole thing, so I mean, they're never going to concede, are they?
No, but it's essential to keep appearances, I guess, to a certain extent, because we're not just here to tell the truth. We also have to keep appearances, and part of the appearances is we have to eventually give this guy a knockout blow to the fucking face.
Well, okay, but all right, rather than fixating on like every little ticky-tacky point, you can look at the big point and just push that over. So like usually when you do speed reading in a book, right, we've all had experience with that, you figure out what's going on in the book, and then you skip to the sections where the interesting bit is, and you read that. And then if there are other questions, you then zip around.
That's the problem. He will whine I'm misinterpreting him. That's why I initially proposed that we split this up and let all our YouTubers make a segment about something he said. But I'm not sure if that's going to work. Okay, let me press play again.
We sleep and we dream.
Yeah, you do have to respond to me. If you leave someone on the internet nagging you for 3 hours, pointing to all your mistakes, you're gonna get ridiculed until the end of time. So you do have to respond to me.
Kraut then set his sights onto Coach Redpill, compiling dirt on his past. In an attempt to smear his reputation, Coach Redpill found this out and made videos firing back at Kraut, calling not just him out, but the rest of the skeptic goon squad out.
Dying slowly. The prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in haze. We sleep and we dream. Each of us dying slowly. The prison of our minds.
Will fuck you up.
if you ever cross me and say something I don't like, I'm going to dox you. I'm going to smear you. I'm going to do a hit piece on you like I did to Coach Redpill. That is what Sargon was saying.
I demand to know what's going on in my house.
Go look at the people who are prominent figures right now in Gamergate and see how many of them have Indiegogo campaigns, how many of them have Kickstarter campaigns, how many of them have Patreons. Everybody's making a buck, and I can't stomach it. If the war is lost, the people will also be lost, and it is not necessary to worry about their needs for elemental survival. On the contrary, it is best for us to destroy even these things, for the nation has proved to be weak, and the future belongs entirely to the strong people of the East. Whatever remains after this battle is in any case only the inadequate, because the good ones will be dead. Well, yeah, to answer your question, I don't know any of these fucking people. I thought it was funny, so I retweeted it, and that was the end of it. Fucking 5 days ago.
Now people are, I guess, like, some people saw it, or they saw that you retweeted it, and now people, like, from all the different Discords in R9K are fucking with him regularly. Now the police are there, and he said that he's just constantly moving around because they can't arrest him or SWAT him or do anything to him if he's not home.
Yeah, who would have put it out there that this guy was involved with the suicide to the point where the guy's getting swatted there,
Apparently, according to him, Mr. Medicare identified him as the person that did it, even though he hasn't gone by RICO in quite some time.
So Mr. Medicare is involved in some people getting swatted. That's interesting.
Here's another thing that we could build. This is controversial. The ability to dox people on demand.
Yeah, doxing is a weapon that you use against your enemies. Yeah.
Why?
Why? Well, like if you want to harm your enemies, then doxing them seems like a fantastic way to go about doing it.